Deal. It's recording. Video, audio is recording, and off we go. It starts in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to There Will Be Dungeons. From ThereWillBeDungeons.com, Scott Johnson here with Bo Schwartz, John Jagger, Kyle Ferguson, and Kristen Ashton, and we are here again to play a little D&D in the world that Bo has so carefully crafted for us. Before we get going too far into the show, I like to read an email from the previous week's emails, and today is no different. This is from Trent DuPont, which I think is French for Trent the Pont, and it says this: the Rube Goldberg of D&D podcasts. That was his subject. He goes on to say, hey guys, I love the show, and I've been listening since the first episode. Huge thanks to Bo for not screaming into the mic anymore. Oh, hey. All right.
Don't worry, it's coming.
After, I was going to say, I'm not sure it's on purpose. Maybe we just haven't had a screamer in a while. But anyway, after listening to the latest hilarious and convoluted attempt at problem solving by trying to scare the guard by creating a ghost in the closet, it occurred to me that it might be funny if Bo took a few minutes every month or whatever to go over obvious solutions to problems he threw in your way. Clues he left you, treasures you might have missed, how you could have disarmed traps, etc. Just a thought. Keep up the great work. Trent. Well, Trent, I will put aside the fact that every bully I ever knew in junior high was named Trent. I know, it's got nothing to do with him. He's fine. I'm sure he's a nice Trent, but I only knew bad Trents. It's a good point, Bo. I'll bet there have been multiple occasions where there's been like a more obvious, safe, otherwise reasonable way to do a thing, and then we've decided to go a different way. Or we've, gotten it too complicated when really the solution was simple. Do you ever want to sit down for like a little, hey, here's a couple of things you may have missed that you could have done or whatever? Would that be a fun thing for you to do?
Yeah, I mean, it's something we can certainly talk about doing, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm totally into it. And why don't we give an example now? Since you're well on your way into the Tiet Kala Keep, you fought your way through, but maybe an easier way, I'm not entirely sure, might have been just going straight to the authority and asking to go in.
You mean we didn't have to find a way in and break in and go through a bunch of
Come
hoops.
up with a few white lies, say you work for the principal, make a few skill checks, and off you go into the keep. That might have happened.
Huh. All right, now I'm thinking about everything we've ever done.
Kyle's got incredulous face, but I've planned for it.
Did I have to get right up?
End up in DM jail.
Yeah. DM penalty box. So did I not have to get right up all inside Gorp's crotch? Probably not, right? I probably could have done something else.
Well, I didn't really plan a dungeon inside of his pants, so that was really all on the spot. That was all you and your dark fantasy, Scott.
Well, it was a great time for everyone.
There was no problem to be solved. You're just like, great, he's asleep. I'm going in his pants.
Mm-hmm. That sounds about right. Well,
you really wanted that necklace.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what you went in there for.
That's right.
I just didn't think anyone would want a necklace that badly.
Well, here's what I would say. If you want to be like Trent and ask the hard-hitting questions and give us your suggestions, you can head on over to ThereWillBeDungeons.com and do that very thing. There's a little contact button. You can't miss it. Hit it. Send us your message. We'd love to hear from you. All right, before we get cranking today, let's take a look back with Kristen's summation of last week.
Last time on There Will Be Dungeons. My mistake, muttered the mature tiefling. Nobieri by name, he had helped Hope's house by way of spiritual speaking. Affirming her affiliation to the Akmenos ancestry, Hope was indeed the intended inheritor of the Tiet Kala tribe, but before building a bedrock for besieging her birthright, everyone needed a nap. Dientalis disappearing, Stanley soon stood, expressing his sadness and soreness regarding the situation surrounding George. Talks continued. In front of the fall of Tiet Kala to ferocious fangs, Nobieri had negotiated with none other than Kotobel Praith, throwing thousands into the Weir, all waiting for a welcome war. The group confessed their connection to the kid and quickened Nobieri's call to Kotobel Praith with the Chateau Weir key, themselves staying to seek out their Seld sidekicks. Daring the dungeon with the lift of a ladder, they climbed chains and rocketed rapidly into a now ransacked repository. Pod on patrol told them 2 teat guards turned the turf. Nash silently slunk and then slept them. Thinking quickly, he and Pod poured perceived pixie blush into their portholes, profusely poisoning them. Finally freed to find their friends, Stanley split to sift through curious crates while the remainder ran to the receptacles. Tedna and Bok Bok flew from their confines, but Angelashi, missing from the mix, had been pitched into the pit for her penance. Now rejoin our heroes as they continue sifting through the spoils of a soldier-free slammer and prepare for the impending war within the walls of the Teat.
Wow. It's intense stuff we did last week, you guys.
You said the teats so much, I feel we should just change the name of our show to that.
Yeah, there will be teats.
It ends so nicely, right?
Yes.
When you end it with the
Yeah.
Teat.
The teats.
The teat.
So you're going to tell me to take it away, Scott?
Yeah, Bo, take it away.
All right, this is me taking it away. I've picked it up. I'm taking it. We're away. When last we left our heroes, they were in a cellar area, presumably still beneath ground, but somewhere closer to, if not, the basement of the keep, sometimes known as the Teat, and sometimes known as Tiet Kala. Tedna is currently hugging and kissing Hope profusely, while Bok Bok does the same, although it's more biting. Nash has just found out through a quick toss of words from Tedna that Angelashi was taken to the pit of despair to be fed to the fragger. Justice served that she's been pronounced a traitor to the Guzzle Gang.
And I know she's dead, right?
You've been told she's dead.
I've been told that she's dead. Okay. Just making sure that was the implication.
You've been told she'd been taken to the pit by Tedna, just at the end of the last episode.
Okay.
My teeth is... I've been eating a ton of...
Ew!
my tongue.
Your tongue is black.
I've been eating
like a
blueberries. And
giraffe. My
I
goodness.
just noticed.
Dude, you're gonna get rolled away like they did in that movie with the Mr. Candy Face man. What was the name of the movie? where the girl
Willy
ate
Wonka?
Gross.
Willy Wonka. She ate the blueberry gum or whatever and got all fat. You don't want that.
Sorry, I know this is a terrible way to start a show. My tongue is like...
It's purple.
Yeah. It's Otter Pop.
I might have to go to the emergency room.
You're gonna get the shits is what you're gonna get. But
It's
go
like
ahead.
a chow chow.
Oh my god, I ate too many blueberries, everyone. Sorry to derail the show. But yeah, so you guys are in this prison area. There are 3 cells on either side. You've unlocked and opened up the cells containing Tedna and Bok Bok. The reunion's in progress.
I want to say get a room to Tedna and Hope, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to look at you like get a room. How about that? I'm still dealing with the fact that the only woman who ever showed me any affection is probably dead. So I'm making a face and holding very still.
All I can think about is how blue my tongue is.
It's hard to forget, to be honest. Take a selfie.
Well, I'm being showered in Bok Bok bitey kisses. So I'm having a good time.
Hope will kind of push Tedna away and go up to Nash and hug him.
Oh, that's really sweet.
And then Tedna will come and join and hug the 3 of you.
Ugh, really?
In like a group constellation hug.
Okay.
You all right, Nash?
Yeah. I don't understand. Was this while we were gone? When did this happen? How long ago?
Tedna whispers to Hope, "Why are we hugging Nash?"
Don't hug me then. He's weird, Hope, I say to her.
Hope will just shake her head. This is a very awkward situation for Hope. She's clearly done something she doesn't know how to deal with. Well, Nash and the elf, they were very close.
Yeah, well, I just mean I don't know why he's here hugging us. Why is he in the circle? Go away, Tedna.
All right, man, whatever.
Just step to the side for a minute. We're not that
Sorry,
close.
sorry about your friend. He walks off to the side.
Hold on, I may have questions for you later. You don't get to go anywhere.
All right. Can if you guys can continue, I gotta rush off for a quick second.
Where are you
Just
going?
keep going.
Where are you going?
I have to go.
Blueberries.
This is not in character. I've got to go deal with my blueberries. I'll be back.
Oh!
I knew it, dude. There's a lot of fiber
all
in
been
blueberries. Yeah,
You
we've
have
all
to
been
deal with
there.
your blueberries sometimes.
Well, we've all gone autopilot on those seedy goodies.
Yep.
I thought it was just doing him or doing Tedna because Tedna kind of has
Yeah.
a normal guy voice. It's not accented or whatever. So I'm like, oh yeah, we're still talking to Tedna here. It's like, no, I gotta.
Guys, I gotta go. All right, Tedna, get out.
I've
Get
never,
out, Tedna.
I've never
Plenty of space in
eaten.
this dungeon.
I've never eaten so many blueberries that they made my tongue a different color. I just want to put that out there for everybody listening. So I'm also a little worried about how often he's not going to be able to sit still the rest of this weekend. Should be okay though. What do we do without him? Should we go ahead? Does he need to hear this?
We RP.
Yeah, no, well, we could table talk too, since he doesn't allow it much.
That's
Oh.
true.
Will you guys get any
True.
good spells at
Yes.
your level? Because I can now set things on fire.
Yes. I picked up. Hold on a second. What's it called? It's a little bit of. I mean, I have to admit, I'm kind of taking a page out of John's book, but I picked up Alter Self, so I can.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I can shapeshift basically and change my. Well, I can change
Fix
my
the
appearance.
real problem.
Exactly. So I can. If we're in a situation where everyone's like, "What's wrong with freaking pimply faced weirdo cloak guy over there?" I can change my appearance and just be a normal looking dude, or I have an aquatic adaptation, which gives me gills and the ability to breathe underwater. I get swimming
Oh,
speed.
shit.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Or I can grow claws and natural weapons, fangs, spines, horns, whatever, kind of Wolverine style, and use those in fights. And as natural weapons, I can imbue them with magic. There's all kinds of cool stuff. So
Look
that's why I
at
picked
you.
it. Yeah, it was that. It was that or the fart spell. So I went with that.
I mean, I'm surprised you put that fart spell away, to be honest.
I mean, it was actually
best-
it's a decent
Aquaman
AOE.
over the fart.
Did they have gills in Aquaman?
No.
Yeah, they just
Did they? Oh, the movie? Yeah, I don't
no.
know.
They vomited Evangelion style when the water.
And remember, only the highborn could
Oh,
breathe air.
that's right. Yeah.
Evangelion style from the anime. Did they do that? I never
Yeah.
I never started watching that, even though John recommended it. But there's
I
yeah.
don't know how strong a recommendation that was, Scott. It's it's an adventure.
Yeah, you seemed pretty high on it at the time, and I was willing. I just have forgotten, so I probably need to get around to it. But I know what you're saying because this is also what they did in
The Abyss.
The Abyss. Yes,
Yeah.
Ed Harris would come up and just roar and hork it all out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then Hope, I appreciate all your kind words. Oh, hi, Bo. We didn't see you there.
Hello, blueberries dealt with.
Phase 1, Del Boca Vista. Phase 2 is yet to come.
I was thinking there's going to be a theme for this episode.
Hey, it's not me for once. This is great.
I ate too many blueberries on the show before the show. I'm sorry, everyone.
It's all right.
All right, so you guys had a private conversation.
We did. It was just consoling and that
Yeah.
sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Helping Nash through his loss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even Stanley stopped by for a bit, too.
But
It was
there is a
really-
great question for you in the chat,
Oh,
Nash, that you
okay.
should check out. Because
Oh.
I'd like to know if you have that ability.
Let's see. They say. Oh, is it the Wraith? Is that the one? Oh no, yeah. Tesoria wants to know, and the answer is maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, right?
I didn't thought about it. I'm not gonna tell Bo
Oh.
what that is because I could really surprise Bo with that.
That's a good point. Huh.
Hadn't considered it. So thank you, chat room, for that. All right, sorry, Bo. You're back. Blueberries dealt with.
Yep.
Continue.
Oh well, Tedna shuffles off to the corner. He kicks up the dust a little bit, and he's like, "All right, guys, we can't just hang around here. We got to go, everyone. We're in danger."
What have you learned, Tedna?
Hope, did you get my letter?
Yes.
What I learned was in there. That there's a wedding happening this weekend, and the Toyota hosts are coming.
Wait, Nash butts in and says, "Where are you getting letters? How are you getting letters here? How's that? How is that a thing?"
So Hope and I had like a private talk. And I told her I had a plan. I was like, I should sneak in. And I got a job like easy. I went down to Malinar's, where I knew. I just asked a few questions, and some of the girls that work there, they also work like part time in the castle, just like doing cleaning and stuff for them to get guzz bolts. So I was like, I'm looking for work. Hook me up, you know. So like they just sent me right in, and then when I got in, I kind of like had to ditch. There's this like trainer guy, and it was hard to ditch him because he kept wanting to teach me to like make sure to dust things properly and where all the equipment was. But as soon as I could get away from him, I started sneaking around the castle and looking around. And then once I like wrote the stuff down, I found they didn't want to let me leave. So I found one of the girls I knew from Malinar's. Her name was Jill Sandwiches, and I gave her a note. And then, if Hope you got it, then you met her. She dropped it off to you. I'm glad that worked out, but it was my hint. In the basement, I said I thought I felt a breeze, and you found your way in.
Wasn't through the basement, but we did find our way in.
Well, we're in the basement, though.
We're in a jail.
Well, yeah, this place is in the basement of the keep. The keep's like right above us. It's up, some flights of stairs, but like they keep a food storage down here. And there's a passage that leads to like a really scary crypt place. It's a place that Meister Softhead likes to go to, like just be by himself because no one really goes in there. So I went down there with him just to talk because like I mentioned who the Meister Softhead was. He's the only person like I could kind of befriend to try and get information out of.
Are they just letting you walk around
really
up there?
him.
No one's stopping you or asking where you're from or accusing you of anything? You're allowed to just sort of freely mingle?
No, man. I had to like sneak around, like I can't really walk around freely. I got to pretend like I'm going somewhere. Like I'll pick up a bucket and like hurry off like I've got to go clean something. It's really dangerous. I did a really good job.
Well done.
But then I got what happened was like I was like just minding my own business. I think pretty much I was like getting away with things, and there wasn't any problems. And then all of a sudden there was like this short little like I had to be like, he's the size of Softhead, but he didn't look like a gnome. He had like orange hair, and he just pointed at me, and the guards picked me up and threw me in here without any explanation, man.
A
Orange
cat?
hair?
A cat. The cat didn't. What?
Would Buttons have shaved himself to look like a human?
Hope's fuming, if it is indeed Buttons.
Well, he said, Nash goes, well, he said Softhead. Did he
Oh,
not?
the size of Softhead.
No, the two different people. It was two short guys. I made friends with this Softhead guy because he's like a noble, but he's from, he says, the principal city, but it's like nobody here really, he says nobody likes him. They all kind of treat him crappy, but because of some deal he made, he's becoming a noble or whatever. He's just waiting for them to come here to pick him up to take him to principal city.
Does sound like the cat. In disguise, I
Wait,
mean.
no, there's no cat. There was a different guy who had me thrown in jail. It wasn't Softhead who had me thrown in jail. It was just a short, little, berobed, curly, orange hair. Came to me with a couple of those Guzzle Gang guys who were like, lock him up. And then they locked me up, and I've been asking for an explanation, and they won't explain.
Have you seen his face?
Yeah.
Did it look like a person or a cat?
It was a human face, I think. Unless it's some kind of... I don't know what gnomes look like. Maybe he was a gnome, too. Or some...
He have like a facial
weird
features,
halfling person.
human nose, human eyes.
He had a human nose, human eyes, human teeth. He had freckles, if that matters. Oh, if I get my
Perhaps
hands on
whiskers.
that guy, I'm gonna kill
It
him.
wasn't Softhead. Softhead. This is in character. Softhead is why do I know that name? That's
Do you
a
remember Dust Hill?
that's a
Nash?
Dust Hill thing. Is this that? It's not that Softhead.
I think it is.
The very same.
What?
He sold out Dust Hill to Slave Town.
We didn't watch him die.
No, we
I hit him with a
didn't.
wrench.
I assumed he was down with everyone else and gone.
No, the last time you seen Softhead, Varel threw a wrench at him underground just before you got to Moat Forain. It knocked him into an underground river, and then he washed away with the river.
Yeah, I would have presumed he was dead from that. So this is a surprise to Nash, Magard of the Solar Mines. Stanley?
Tedna,
Perfect.
Oh, Varel.
Yeah, man.
how often is this place trafficked?
I don't know. I only been here a day. Well, I mean, I've been in here a couple days, but I was only free to walk around for about a day and a half.
And in your time in this cell,
I didn't hear much of anything except when Bok showed up. He said a lot of, "Ay," you know how he talks. There's a lot of that. I don't speak Goblin, so I don't know. But I do have a sense of the layout of the place. But we gotta. I think we gotta leave, right? Like, we came here, and he looks to Hope. We came here to find Jolt.
Mm-hmm.
And she's in here, but she's guarded behind a lot of men.
Well,
But she's still here.
we
And
came
that's the
here for
important
her.
part.
We came here, but I'm not sure you did.
I mean,
You came here to make out with Hope
I want to kill every one of these wart heads.
and make out with you.
Looks, he goes, "Screw you, man!
Serious.
Come on, man.
All I've seen
Why
from
why
you.
are you giving me a hard time?"
You disappear for who knows how long. You come in here. The first thing you do is put your tongue down the tiefling's throat. What am I supposed to think? He feels a
Whoa,
little.
whoa! Look, that's my girlfriend.
Is this? I look at Hope mutually.
I mean, I don't want Hope. Like, we're just not calling it a thing. This is like we're in an intense struggle, but like, that's my girl.
Don't call it a
So
comeback.
why don't you
I've
show
been here for
why don't
years.
you show some respect to Hope?
I was just gonna start coughing. We do need to get you and Bok Bok to safety.
Fine. I wave it off.
where is our friend Stanley?
He
Well-
went to go search the crates.
Stitch?
Okay,
Oh,
so-
search. Sorry, they said stitch.
Because we could get to say, well, all right. I mean, let's say, like, how did you get in here? Because Tedna walks towards you, sort of grabs your shoulders, and he says, "Hope, what do you want to do? We're about as close as we'll ever get to killing Jolt.
Well, not yet.
Do you
We
want
need
us
to
just
go
to
get
run up
Stanley,
with
and we need
just
to
up
get...
and shoot as many as we can?"
No, not yet. It's not time yet.
All right, I'll follow your. As I've always have. I'll follow your decision.
Thank you.
But, oh man, I want to. We should go kill. We should go. Maybe we could dress up as some of these guys.
There are too many people up there, Tedna. It would be suicide.
But if we like put a mask on, like some of them, they patrol around with these like these armored suits. They look like, I don't even know what kind of world they're from. They're just these armored suits.
Oh no.
We could walk around with the suits, with the armor suits down, and maybe we could sneak into the noble house and get Jolt.
Potentially, but not right now. There are a lot of pieces in play at the moment.
All right.
It's not as simple as walking up there.
Okay. Well, I'll trust your decision. This is your call.
Thank you.
Right, guys? He looks at Nash. He's like, right? This is Hope's call.
Nash can choose whether he joins in or not.
I'm going to help because I have loyalty.
I don't like the way he talks about you.
I'm loyal to
It's
Hope.
rude.
Regardless of Hope and her decisions and whatever you are in her life, I'm loyal to her. But not to you, you twerp. And I haven't been since the day you were here. You were dead weight on the Fate 4. You're kind of dead weight now. I don't know if what you're even telling us is true.
Hope's gonna slowly start walking toward where Stan
Listen,
is.
I've been fighting. I've been fighting for the freedom of Pristine. And I know, like, I'm a young guy and I have lots to learn, but I've been asking you guys to teach me stuff instead of give me shit all the time. And look, now, don't be mad just because Hope sees a lot of potential in me and you don't, old man.
You know, Ted, and we're all aging at the same rate. What?
Sage advice.
Yeah, it's
Tell
good
me more,
advice.
Nash.
No, it's fine.
Got
I'm just-
him.
when they're young, they think they're not aging, but they are. No slower or faster than the rest of us. One day he'll be as old as that old man Book Tiefling that came out the other day or today. So it doesn't matter. The point is, I'm behind Hope 100%, and I trust her. I don't trust you, so she'll make whatever calls I follow.
Look, if you trust her, then you trust me, okay?
No, it doesn't work like that, Mr. Family Tree. It doesn't work like that.
No, it does. It
No,
does.
No. Here's how it works.
Yeah, it does.
She'll decide. If it's because of something you said, fine. But it's still going to be her I listen to. That doesn't mean I'm listening to you and doing anything you say. Because I don't.
Well, what if she tells me to do something, and it's something she told me to tell you? Then you got to listen to me. We got to work together.
I will only confirm it with her. I'm not going to go in the other room and then have you come in there and go, hey, Nash, Hope told me a thing. I'm not just going to go, oh, okay. I'm going to go in there and ask her. So just so you know, that's how it works for me. Confirmation through Hope. That's the layer.
Whatever, man.
That's the layer of
Whatever,
transaction. I'm not going direct to Tedna. I say to everyone in the room.
Whatever, man.
Is this a human thing?
The only reason why I don't kick your ass right now is because I know Hope would be mad. But if it weren't for Hope, I'd kick your ass right now, all the way up and down this.
You can't kick my
room.
ass. It's literally not possible for you, Tedna, Lord of the Dirt, to do anything close to kicking my ass.
Is that an intimidation?
Maybe.
Are you provoking him, or are you trying to defuse the situation?
I'm provoking him.
All right, intimidation roll, please.
Okay. 14.
Sort of a look of thoughtfulness appears to finally cross Tedna's face, and he decides to shut up. And he goes to the hallway where near the exit of the cellar is and waits quietly.
That's what I
His
thought,
own thought.
says Nash. That's what I thought. When I fold my arms and I look self-satisfied. I told the punk what to do and where to go.
To you, Varel, Bok says,
When he, young man,
In time, Bok Bok. Did you enjoy your bodies before you were captured?
Bok no finish. Bok sad. Bok angry.
Humans are confusing.
Many men's put Bok in cage. Bok Bok wants to eat.
Did they feed you?
No. They no come. They just laugh Bok Bok.
Laughed at Bok Bok, soon to be chieftain of the tribes.
Bok Bok want kill all. Can we kill Vorel?
We keep that one for now. And this is all in Goblin. I point at Tedna. He is an informer, a spy.
Bok Bok hate spy. Bok Bok want eat spy.
Yes. We will in time.
Bok Bok agree.
Then it's agreed, and I'll pick up Bok Bok, put him on my shoulder, and we'll head towards after Hope, after Stanley, to find them.
Vorel have blowy?
Surely we can find you, Blowy. But we should
Bok
arm
Bok
you all
want
the same.
Make blowy.
Yes.
Bok
Should
Bok
find
need
blowy.
blowy to make blowy.
Yes.
Still
Vorel, Bok Bok can't make blowy if no blowy.
Understood.
Important. Blowy.
Very. Very.
We find blowy.
I'm off to search for Blowy. I say. As I leave.
All right. So, sorry, Stanley. Did that happen last week, or was it while I was dealing with my blueberry situation that you went out into the hallway? I take it you're not with the rest of the party.
I went that way when they went to deal with the guards. So you said we would get to that this week.
Okay, perfect. So, you went to the left or the right? Sorry.
I went to the left where you said there were barrels and some crates and stuff like that.
Okay, you make your way quietly to the left. Please roll a stealth check, please.
Sure. 16.
Okay, so you creep down the hallway, and you see a bunch of barrels sort of facing up in front of you, and the passage turned to the right. And as you make the right, hugging the barrels, you see that there's an opening sort of in the middle, and the passage opens up into a large room. The large room, about maybe about 100 by 100 feet, very large hall underground with brick wall. It's on either side of the walls, and on the back there are large, again, barrels. There are buckets of grain. There are bags and duffels. It appears to be a food store. You also, as you get close, I think you hear the faint sound of someone talking. Can't quite make out what it is, but you hear.
And it seems to be coming from that room.
Yeah.
I'm going to try and creep a little closer, see if I can get to where I can hear it.
Okay. As you creep a little closer, you see sort of sitting in the center of the room on the floor. You see someone sitting Indian style on the ground. It's a person, maybe about 2 or 3 feet tall. They have what appears to be just like this clothing on them, like these leggings with these little booties that like curl up. Has like a hat on top, like a square. There seem to be flowing robes. They're just sort of sitting. The person is sitting in the center of the food store room, muttering to themselves.
Still can't hear what they're saying, right?
No.
Do I recognize the person at all?
The person is not facing you, so you can't see them.
Okay. So when I looked at the barrels and stuff that were in the hall, that's what you were saying was filled with like foodstuffs, or that's what's in the other room?
They're likely mead barrels.
Okay.
They're in both rooms.
Okay. And in the crates, you said it was grain?
You're kind of in the same room. There's just walls that appear to be there to organize and store the barrels.
Are we separated by anything, or is there a door, or could I potentially approach the figure?
There's no door.
I'm gonna see if I can slip a little closer, seeing as he's got his back to me. See if maybe I can get within hearing range, but try and move in a stealthy way, not just walk.
You notice that there are lit torches on either side of the room past the person, so that there is some illumination as you get closer. So you have to make a stealth check. The end that you're in will be in darkness.
Okay.
Make a second stealth check for me, please.
Let's say 13.
Okay. As you get closer, you attempt to remain quiet. However, there is some weight and footsteps that carry up, and as you approach, the figure sort of stops, muttering to itself, and stops and looks around. And as it looks around, it sees you and stops. You recognize the face to be that of Softhead. He's wearing a hat, he's got little booties on, he's dressed up all like a little noble, and it appears he was here muttering or crying to himself in some way. And you've caught him in the middle.
I don't hesitate. Out comes diplomacy, parlay, and I send it at him.
Okay. All right. Roll for initiative, please.
11.
All right. Perfect. So his roll, he's higher on the initiative tracker. As you go out so before you're able to do anything, he dashes down the hallway and around the corner out of view.
Crap.
And you can just barely make him out.
I can still see him, though.
Yes. But he would have moved 60 feet farther down the hallway and out of range for your diplomacy. So if you chase after him, you'd gain back the ground and distance you were between him as you chase him down the hallway.
Kind of the most wanted person in this entire town, which is a problem. No, I'd chase him. I'd go at least the 30 feet. I'm gonna go the 30 feet and cast Phantasmal Force on him and project an image of a stone wall lifting in front of him.
Okay, perfect. What's the saving throw that he has to make?
Intelligence 16.
Okay. All right, natural 20. He saves and runs right through the illusion. His mind just does not appear to be. Well, he wouldn't run. It's not his turn, but he is not affected by it.
Okay.
Unless, is there a different failure on that one, or it's a whiff on a fail?
I think it. No, nothing happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. And you were Stanley today or Diantalis?
Stanley.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't have an effect on him.
Okay. Well, that's all I can really do then for that turn.
Okay. Softhead continues running for his turn. It's your turn. He runs out of view.
All right.
I'm going to press upon you the fact that he may alert the entire keep as to your presence.
Yeah. I'm going to turn around and start running back. Let everybody know we're going to have company, probably.
Okay.
So I'm not going to catch him.
Before you're able to turn around and run back, you've run far enough into the head of the room that several men rush out from the corners and get close to you and hold with shotguns out and approach you. There are 8 in total.
8 in
Yeah.
total.
8 in total. They appear as though they've been waiting for you as they walk out of the sides of the barrels, hidden behind spaces. They walk close to you, and before you're able to get away, they're within 10 feet of you, all with guns on you. Then you hear some footsteps. You hear spurs. Ching, 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 ching. Then from around the corner where the barrels are, Jolt Elagos appears. Leans up next to one of the barrels of mead, crosses her arms, and goes, Finally got here. We've been waiting for you.
It would seem my reputation precedes me, Miss Elagos.
Yeah, that's right. Fred, make sure you get those guns on him. And then one of the Deadman gang moves up with one of the shotguns he has in his hand and plants it square on your neck, right on the side.
Alright.
So why don't you call your friends over? Seems you wandered off and got a little lost, but why don't you call your friends in here? We need to have a little talk.
I'm afraid it's just me.
Oh, Magic Man, I know you've got a way. And I know that they're all with you. You got Hope with you, you got Varel with you, you got Nash, and you got Hope's friend Tedna and that little goblin shit that you keep around. I know all of it.
And how did you come upon such information?
And she looks over to another guy out the shadows. And she's like, Come here, Ron. And Ron walks up from behind the shadow, and Ron's holding a radio. And he's holding this radio in both hands, and he walks up towards Jolt. Jolt reaches out and turns it on, and you hear the wee, wee, wee. And then she turns the dial. And then all of a sudden there's silence. And then on the radio you hear Nash and Tedna arguing. She's like, We've been listening in the whole time there, Stanley. We know
Well,
everything.
isn't that something?
And we don't know this, right? We don't hear any of this?
No.
Shit. I hate this. Go ahead.
So
Well,
why don't you
we're
call
a
your
bit
friends in?
off from where they are, but I can certainly take you to them. I mean, I could yell, but it's not going to do very much good.
None of your fancy tricks. Bring them in here. And then Fred pushes the gun a little bit into your neck, and he's like, "You just try something, fancy man."
All right. I will go ahead and call out, and I'll just yell, "What's taking so long? Where is everybody?" And as I'm doing that, I'm going to use my action to slowly switch to Diantalis. I think we've decided it takes about a round to do, right?
Yes, we did. You're gonna relinquish control over to him. Okay,
Yep.
so here's what we're gonna do. I've got to. Sorry, what did you call out? You called out one thing at a time.
What's taking so long? I need you all to get here. What's keeping you?
All right. So the rest of the party hears that. You hear Stanley yelling down the hallway. What's taking so long? I need you here.
We're on our way, Stanley.
And then will you let me know as soon as I become Diantalis?
Yes. But we're going to go back to the rest of the party. You hear that? Hope yells back her acknowledgement that you're coming. You guys don't know what just happened in the other room.
Do we sound?
Yeah.
What was his voice like? Did he sound distressed? Did he sound?
Sounded like Stanley.
Okay, just Stanley.
So I'll just keep going down the hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was some length behind her anyway, with Bok on my
Perfect.
shoulder.
So the five of you walk down a hallway and turn around the corner, and you enter into a large food store chamber. There are large barrels on either side, and on the back wall, there's bags of grain. There's different types of dried food stuff everywhere. And as you enter into this large area, you see in the center of the room, 2 torches on the left and right, sort of in the corners. You see 8 men with shotguns pointed at Stanley, standing in the center of the room. To the left, you see Jolt Elagos with a red vest, her red pants, bandolier, 2 pistols on either side, hat tipped back a little bit, braided hair hanging down. She's got her arms folded and she's leaning up against a barrel, waiting for you. She's like, my. If it isn't our brave heroes.
Finally.
You walk in on this.
Am I dying to tell us yet?
You are now Diantalis.
Alright, as soon as Diantalis takes over, I am going to cast Thunderstep. You said that the guys with shotguns were within 10 feet.
They're within 10 feet, and they have a ready to action if you do anything to shoot you.
Okay, well, Thunderstep is like Misty Step. I completely vanish, and I'm going to teleport 90
So-
feet close to my allies.
What's the speed of the Misty Step?
Well, Thunderstep is an action.
Okay. So you'll be shot at before you do that.
Oh.
They're readied up to shoot. So what are the requirements of the spell?
Just verbal.
Okay. So they'll hear you casting magic and shoot you. I'm disclosing it beforehand instead of you just finding out and me killing your character, which may happen here.
Alright, we'll hold it then. That's fine.
Now, Misty Step, I think, is a reaction.
It is.
And does it have any requirements?
I'm not casting Misty Step, though. That's
Okay, I was just wondering, as an alternative, you might be able to Misty Step out, but Thunder, if it's an
can't.
action,
No.
they have a ready to action on you, so they will trigger their ready to action. Okay, so he's standing in the center. Hope looks across she's got, not Hope, Jolt. You guys have close names. Leans against the side and says, "Well, we've got a lot of catching up to do." And she looks over to Varel and she says, "It's good to see you again."
Good to see you as well. The first person to refer to us as heroes. I like this.
Well, you've done me a great favor.
Have we?
You have. You might have heard. I'm to wed Prince Aladwir.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that's right. I'm finally gonna be a settled woman. And then her gang laughs and they all chuckle. This kind of evil, menacing way. Just the.
I'll join them. So full of babies soon, yes.
Yes, that's right. I'm gonna have me 3 little gray, green-haired freaks, and I'm gonna live happily ever after on this pile of shit.
I'm very happy for you.
He understands sarcasm, right? He looks to you, Stanley, or Diantalis.
Not particularly.
Well,
Opal looks sadly at Diantalis, realizing that Stanley's gone already.
I got someone here who wants to talk to you. And then a shadow extends from around the corner. And you hear a little patter of as another figure approaches.
It's a cat. It's the cat.
From around a corner, you see the cat show up.
Gosh dang it.
Buttons.
Piece of
Full
shit.
robe, cat face, 2 feet tall, and he goes, "Hello. It's good to
Hello,
see
bud.
you again."
Go choke on a fish.
Yes, yes, yes. You've been most helpful. I'm very grateful for all the assistance you've provided here today. As he walks up to you, Stanley, says, "Thank you, Stanley. You have created a very compelling situation for the principal. And without you, we would not all be here right now. I suppose you want some answers." He looks over to Jolt. He says, "You see, that one night where I disappeared from your company, Stanley, or was it Diantalis? Am I speaking to Diantalis right now?" He looks, his little cat paws. "Sent me to meet with, well, he sent me over to the 26 block gang territory, presumably in an attempt to murder me, because I was going to reveal his secret to the rest of you. But what ended up happening was, due to my, I would think, very charismatic and friendly nature, I made friends with Monsoon Cabbage, and he offered me an interesting proposition.
Oh my god.
He was allied here with Jolt Elagos to steal the Gem of Tides in an attempt to take back the castle. So I made him a counteroffer. Steal the Gem of Tides and deliver it to the principal, and the principal will bequeath Tiat Kalakip to him.
Excellent.
Jolt here gets to retire in Green Bank, as true warriors do back in Principal City. Through this task, she will have earned it, and I will be escorting her back and assuring the transaction is done. And then Monsoon, I believe he plans to kill everything here and use undead thralls to man the oil refinery, because, you know, the Gem of Tides creates all the water here, and without the Gem of Tides, no water, which is going to happen in about 20 minutes. Now, you may be wondering how you fit into all of this. Well, the passage beneath the keep, our way out, had a lot of unknown factors in it. So we thought we'd use you guys to clear it out. And now that you're done, well, we won't be needing you anymore. So, but our business partner, Monsoon, also had a few things that he wanted to say. And then he gets out like a walkie-talkie from behind him, from an unknown place. It's almost like half his size. It's the most adorable thing ever. And he clicks the button. He's like, "Mr. Cabbage, they're all here now." And then, Jolt, can you hold this up for me so everyone can hear? And Jolt picks up the walkie-talkie and lifts it up. And you hear, "Hello, friends. I'm sorry that we find ourselves on opposing sides now, but a better offer has come along. You may have questions. Please ask." Jolt, hold the button so they may speak. They deserve answers. And she holds the button and waits for you.
I find us all to be fabulous friends, despite the odd tension in the room. Monsoon, did I not promise you a keep? And it seems you have achieved this. We have cleared out a passage for you. Jolt and I are old friends. It seems that there is no reason for this violence at all.
Varel, you're correct. I did you a great dishonor by lying to you, but I did. I have also heard that you plan to bring a tiefling army here to take the keep for yourselves. So, I'm not the only one who's lied here.
Well, it seems everyone but me is very confusing.
Does anyone else have any questions?
Nash doesn't know what to say.
Hope looks pissed. She knew they shouldn't have picked up that hitchhiker.
Actually, he will know what to say. We should have killed you when we had you, you little freaking piece of shit cat. I knew this was going to happen. Nothing good came from you. Nothing good comes from him. And I point at Tedna again.
The hell, man?
I'm just saying, every time we do
Tedna
this,
didn't betray us, Nash.
dead weight, dead trouble,
Literally,
every time.
literally that little shit of a cat and who, that voice on the radio, they all betrayed you, but you bring me into this?
Well, you're in it now. And I don't know. I still can't trust you. I don't know. All I'm saying is the only people I trust, well, one of them's not even here. He's stuck in the body of a guy who's now out. And I still don't trust this guy. But I trust the lizard, I trust Hope, and I trust myself. I don't trust you, and I don't trust the cat. I didn't before. I definitely don't now. What's to stop us from just blowing this place to bits right now and ending the whole thing?
Monsoon comes in over the walkie-talkie and he says, "Yes, that's right. This comes to an end. It is with some displeasure that I have to eliminate you. But I do make this one offer to Hope. We had a conversation prior to you leaving, and that offer still stands. The time has come for you to make a decision. Stand with Jolt, and stand with Buttons, and put these, quote, friends of yours to rest now, and let's do real work together."
I'd rather be dead.
I implore you to give it some consideration.
Shut off the radio. We're done listening.
And Jolt looks over to you, Hope. Or not to you. Jolt looks over to you, Varel, and she says, "Actually, that offer applies to you. It's your third and last chance to join the Dead Men."
Let's put your title to the test, and I will enter my rage.
All right. And then one more piece of audio comes out from the walkie-talkie. "Pod, Pixie P0D, execute Order 26.
Horse shit.
Told us not to trust that pixie.
Gosh dang it. No.
And that takes us to the break.
No.
Oh my gosh.
This is too good.
Are you
see you
kidding
soon.
me? Gosh dang it. That
10
sucks.
minutes.
All right, 10 minutes. We'll be back. Don't go anywhere, everybody. Or do if you want. Go pee. Do what you got to do. We'll be back.